Hello, this is Miss Anders. We are going to talk about some piecewise functions, so let's go ahead and start with this one here. So this one is from the level 1 assignment on Delta Math, and we are writing a piecewise function from the graph, which is a little bit more difficult than just graphing it from the function. It's kind of like working backwards. So we can see that there are two different pieces of the function here. And we know that our basic framework for a piecewise function would be f of x equals, and then we do that big brace, and we know that we're going to have a piece that's going to go on the top for the first subfunction, and that's going to be this one here. And then we know we're going to have a piece on the bottom for the second subfunction, and that's going to be this one here. And then we are going to have two subdomains. So we're going to have the word for. Sometimes you might see a semicolon or a comma there, just depends. And then we will have the subdomain here for the top subfunction, and then the subdomain here for the bottom subfunction. So we know that each one of these is a line, so we're going to be eventually working with the equation of the line, but the easiest thing to do to start off with is to write your domains or your subdomains. So I think of these subdomains kind of like they are like little fences that are blocking off each section of the piecewise function, and we draw them vertically. So we can see that the dot on the line on the left is at a -3 on the x. So the little fence that would cut off that section of the graph would be right here at -3. And we could see that everything on that line, all the x's on that line would have to be less than -3. This little open circle is at -3, and all of these other points on that line are less than -3. So I know that the subdomain for that first line on the left is x is less than -3. I know that it's going to be less than because it's pointing to the left, and I know that it's not less than or equal to because it has an open circle. Okay, the or equal to would have a closed circle. So that's the domain for the line on the left. So now let's look for the domain for the line on the right. We can see that the x that beginning point is associated with is the 1, and I can see that that is pointing to the right. So when our function is moving to the right, we know that it's going to be greater than moves to the right, and the point here on the x that this vertical line is passing through is 1. So x is going to have to be greater than 1. Once again, I know that it's not a greater than or equal to because of the open dot or the open circle. So now we're finished with the subdomain piece, and we can move on to find the actual equation of each line. We have two different formulas we can use to find the equation of a line. We have the slope-intercept form, and that is y equals mx plus b. And then we have the point slope form, and that is y minus y1 equals x minus, equals m times x minus x1. We would use the slope-intercept form when we have the slope and the y-intercept clearly showing on the graph, and we would use the point slope when we do not have the y-intercept clearly showing on the graph. And we can't see the y-intercept in either of these lines. So we are going to use the point slope form to find the equation for both of these lines. So let's start with the line on the left. We need a point on the line. Any point on the line will do. So let's just choose the most obvious one, which is going to be this point here, -3, 5. And then we need to find the slope. So the slope, we would have to find the rise over the run. So slope is the rise over the run. Now this is a negative slope. See how the line is going downhill? So we would have to make sure that our slope for this would be negative. And we would have to find a clear point on the line. I see one right here. It's very clear. And we could see that we would have to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, 2, 3. And that gives us our slope. And that's for that line on the left. So we would put each one of these pieces into that point slope form. So our point slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. x1, y1 is the point that we found. So that's going to be -3, 5. And then m, we saw, is the slope. So we have y minus, y1 is 5, m is -4 over 3, minus x1, which is -3. So that's minus -3. Don't forget the minus here, and also the negative here. I've noticed in the past that lots of students will forget one of those negatives. So from here we need to simplify and solve for y. So I'm going to bring down the y minus 5. And then these two negatives, the blue, or the red and the yellow negatives, those are going to cancel and become positive. So x plus 3. Now I want to distribute this -4/3 to both of these terms. So this would become -4/3 x minus 12 over 3. And 12 over 3 is actually the same thing as -4. Notice that these 3's pretty much canceled there. And since I'm solving for y, I need to add the 5 to both sides to cancel it out. And then -4 plus 5 is 1. Now I don't need the y equals part in my subfunction when I write it in my piecewise, because f of x means the same thing as y equals. So when I write this subfunction in, all I need to write is the -4/3 x plus 1. So now let's find the equation of the line for the line on the right. So for this one, once again, we don't have a y-intercept, so we'll have to use y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. That's our point slope form. We need a point on the line, which is going to be the easiest point to see, 1, 8, which is our x1, y1. And then we'll have to find the slope. So this is going to be a negative slope again, since it's going downhill. And if we go from the 1, 8, and we go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, it'll put us back on a point on the line. So down 4 over 1. Now 4 over 1 is the same thing as 4. So slope is -4. So at this point, I can substitute everything into the equation. So y equals y1 is 8, or y minus 8. M is negative 4. Bring down the x. Negative x, 1 would be negative 1. So at this point, we can distribute the negative 4 to both of these terms. And then add the 8. And that's the equation that we're going to put here. Negative 4x plus 12. So at this point, we have our piecewise function written. So this right here is the piecewise function that is written for the picture of the graph that we had.